It's a beautiful privilege having you around. Welcome to Words Activate You, where excellence empowers you always. Your spoken words create your world. Today's podcast adds value to you and helps you to steadily be a wonder to your world when you are done listening. A must-watch for you if you are about being a wonder to your world. Every now and then, God calls you to see yourself as He sees you, capable, bold, and full of purpose. Let's walk this journey together today and see what makes you a wonder to your world. Have you ever imagined something so profound that your reasoning was beside itself with what you mustered as thoughts, and your mind held on to it where it lingers up till now with flashbacks that tells you to get your acts together and do it to be a wonder to your world? Well, at this point, I, Aris, have good news for you. You can do it. Why? Because God has boldly declared that He, God, has not given you the spirit of fear, but a sound mind that can accomplish anything you set your mind on. 2 Timothy 1:7, KJV. For God hath not given us the spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind. Let's move further into this conversation with you, my irreplaceable friend and encouraging partner. Have you thought about doing something from a place of selflessness and not selfishness? That's the person I, Aris, am talking to. Why? Because God never gives what destroys you. The world repeatedly tells you to be all about yourself, which is selfishness on display with dripping foolishness. God created you to have an unbroken relationship with Him, and that investment should be shared timely with the people God lets cross paths with you each day you've had. To understand this truth better, let's look at the life of Joseph. His life's tale wasn't something that seemed important until it tied up with everything he went through to have what helped everyone differently. Joseph was born after a long wait. He didn't have the love of a mother as much as everything else in his family due to something that transpired, and the aftermath of that action cost his mother's life. With all of that, his father had special love for him to make up for his mother not being around. The rest of his family didn't understand, and instead of bonding with him, they hated Joseph, and this led to him being sold. This was all orchestrated by God for what's ahead. At this point, I honestly ask, what has been your life story? Taking a cue from Joseph, it says one thing loud and clear. Everyone, including you, goes through processes that aren't familiar yet are necessary to bring everything together for what's ahead. Have you ever tried to polish wood? The more you are at it, the more beautiful the wood shines, with all its distinctive features coming out with glistening shades and glow. What if every single day of your life and the story that comes with it is being tied to something tangible that's ahead? That's the blessing that lets you make landmark changes in your life through your story. To have leverage with people crossing paths with you, which makes you a wonder to your world. Picking up from where we left off with Joseph, we find that he lived at peace with his new master, who enjoyed the grace on Joseph's life. That was short-lived due to the master's wife wanting Joseph for herself, and Joseph's loyalty to God, recalling the understanding he had with his master, didn't let him do such a thing, and it landed him in prison. The place God polished him for what was about to launch Joseph to his world. Even at that, Joseph saw how people treated him unfairly after he had helped them. But God didn't want it to bother him one bit. Why? Because Joseph only had to trust God and live at peace with everyone else crossing his path. In doing this, Joseph was taken by God on a forward, upward movement in his life. Can you do the same and have your own story to share? Truth be told, in life's playbook, the only person you are to trust is God while living at peace with everyone else. It's the test that love polishes each day, and truth is endorsed in reality's excellence with each day. It's the excellence of wisdom and maturity that you craft confidently into each day without making a fuss about anything. Even when you actually have something to say. Looking at Joseph, he had a lot to say, yet didn't say anything. Why? Because he knew something about God that everyone else crossing his path didn't know. That God is fully aware before anything plays out. Do you think God isn't aware about you? From Joseph, it's quite clear that he is. While in prison, Joseph maintained a good reputation and was given the position to oversee the affairs of others. What's your mood and character when you are in the process that doesn't give you the full perspective of how everything plays out? It's God's way of keeping you trusting him and living at peace with everyone else, including me, Aris. This is the blueprint on which the grace of God works excellently in your life. While you intentionally put a premium on your words to align with what God has already said about you. Psalm 139, 13-18, TPT. You formed my innermost being, shaping my delicate inside and intricate outside, and wove them all together in my mother's womb. I thank you, God, for making me so mysteriously complex. Everything you do is marvelously breathtaking. You saw who you created me to be before I became me. Every day was recorded in your book before one of them came to be, to show that God had you in mind before you ever arrived in the scene called life. God left you a precious gift. John 16:33, TPT. And everything I've taught you is so that the peace which is in me will be in you, and will give you great confidence as you rest in me. For in this unbelieving world, you will experience trouble and sorrows, but you must be courageous, for I have conquered the world. Back to Joseph, you find he wasn't remembered by those he had helped. So don't feel bad if you aren't remembered by those you've helped. It didn't start today. It's been around since people showed up. Then came the turnaround, when God made the move for the king to have an unusual dream that no one else could interpret. That unrest brought Joseph out of prison immediately. Yet, Joseph understood the importance of the moment and cleaned up properly to receive what royalty had for him? Have you taken time to prepare for what's given to you? Or did you walk in unprepared? Does it matter? Yes, it does. Joseph proved it. By the time Joseph showed up, he was ready for what was ahead of him. By the clarity God gave him, he provided the king with the right answers to his questions. The king, pleased with Joseph, on the spot made him prime minister. Everything Joseph had gone through prepared him for now. Has everything you've gone through prepared you for now? When Joseph's brothers came to buy food, Joseph knew them and acted as if he didn't. Have you ever had this type of treatment in your life? You can clearly see there's nothing new under the sun. So don't be mad at anything. Instead, take a walk. Joseph gave his brothers a test and saw what he needed to see to reveal to them that he was their brother. Everything came together when Joseph saw his father and made everyone understand that what they meant for evil was God's orchestration to have now in Joseph's time. By now, you're wondering why this conversation matters. It's to let you know that the twists and turns of life are still around today. Trusting God, living at peace with everyone else, and guiding the words you speak for the right outcomes. It's not about wishing. It's about taking action like Joseph did. Can you pick out the tips in this conversation? For me, trust God, treat people with understanding, and tame your words with God's words. These stand out for me. Let's know yours in the comments section below. Listen and use this to leverage life with landmark milestones as part of your story. Life's your canvas. You are the trailblazer making things happen. It's been a delight having you around, sharing your time with the channel. Thank you. Tips for navigating your life. 1. Trust God always. He knows before anything plays out. 2. Live at peace with everyone, even when it's difficult. 3. Align your words daily with what God has said. 4. Stay loyal to God, even when tempted. 5. Understand every process is part of your polishing. 6. Don't be discouraged when people forget your help. God doesn't. 7. Always prepare for what you've been praying for. 8. Don't let your process break your character. 9. Let maturity and peace guide your responses. 10. Be ready. Your time will come suddenly, like Joseph's. Every process is purpose in disguise. God is polishing you, not punishing you. Trust Him, live in peace, and speak life. Because the wonder He's making is you. If this episode blessed you, share it with someone who needs this word today. Subscribe, like, and tell us in the comments which truth stood out to you most. Until next time, life's your canvas, and you are the trailblazer painting excellence daily. Words activate you, where excellence empowers you always.